Philippines, right?
All right.
Hello and welcome to the Philippines, over on Lapu town, city, on Mactan Island a few weeks ago.
Hello! Happy Fiesta!
There was a fiesta going on. Lots of people over here, lots of people going places, doing things, and we are going. We helped celebrate some of that fiesta on the just over the bridge from Mandaue City. And we are headed over to the other side of Mactan Island to visit a subscriber, guy from Finland. Good guy, had a good visit there. Anyway, come along for the ride. And I'll let you in, have a little bit of discussion about what's going on here in the Philippines. As far as international travel, traveling to the Philippines from other countries, you still have a couple things you have to do. If you're unvaccinated, you need to get a negative antigen test before you fly. And the best thing to do is contact the airline you're going to fly on and see what they state, because if they don't let you on the plane, that's kind of the end of the story. What I've found, it's hard to keep up with some of the latest information, what the official line is and what reality is sometimes. If you come in unvaccinated or vaccinated, and they end up for some reason decide, well, you don't look well, you need to have a test, and don't know if this has happened or not, but they still have quarantine hotels. Very unlikely that you would fall under that type of thing as long as you had a negative antigen test when you show up. And if you're vaccinated, you don't need that. No quarantine, no testing required. But I think you still need a booster. What they call a booster, different. Every country has different schedules. Interesting how the science is different when you cross these borders of different nations. Some nations will give a shot, and then 30 days later they will give the second shot. Some will wait 60 or 90 days between the shots. Lots of different science that various people believe in. Anyway, like I said, best to go to the whatever airline you're going to use. Go and see what they say you need to get done. Because if they don't let you on the plane, that's kind of the end of your trip. I have been going through the news daily, the Philippine news as well as international news, and I have not found, the big majority of the countries in the world now are pretty much open. Even China is going to start opening up, I have read, and therefore they're expected to use a lot more fuel, and the price of fuel is going up because of the demand. Huge demand, with 1.6 billion people, something like that. As far as traveling in the Philippines, if you're here, various airlines are adding more flights in and out of the country, and domestically as well. They're opening up more areas, the idea is to improve the tourist areas, to expand the tourist areas, because some of the most popular tourist areas are overcrowded, and therefore there are many beautiful, great areas in the Philippines, and so it's a good idea to open up so many more areas. The Philippines, some of the islands, Boracay, definitely. Other places in the Philippines have been rated as one of the top, if not the top, place for visiting, especially if you're into diving, snorkeling. Girls Friend KTV bar, karaoke bar up here, not quite sure. Club Girls Friend. I think that sign says International Entertainment Club. I use a GoPro 9 Black for most of my videos. I have, many of you know, I have a new Insta360 times 3 360 camera, And that 360 with they have a software app for your phone, and they've got one for the desktop laptop. And I was going to put up another one of those videos, but I tried a couple, and they played okay for a little while, and then I tried to go back and start editing, and it says your file is corrupted. So I have not been able to upload the ones I was going to. Did a lot of work on them, planning on them. And yes, we use the sidewalks as well as oncoming traffic here in the Philippines. But they're polite. If you're walking on the sidewalk, they will try not to run you over. But anyway, got some issues with that 360. I'm not sure what the deal is. If it was with the camera, I will try to upgrade my software in the camera, as well as my editing software that comes from Insta360. Notice how the sky is kind of cloudy. We have had exceptionally long period of time with mostly cloudy skies for several months. Actually, it's not rainy days. It most days, in fact, it doesn't really rain. It might rain once during the day, or more likely in the evening. The rains last 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, and then usually over. And there's been a low pressure system that's been, especially the last few days, affecting Mindanao and the eastern Visayas, as well as Visayas. Quite a bit of flooding going on down this part of the world, part of the country. And I think we've got a bit of a cold front that has moved in. I think come down off of Siberia, Russia, and through China, and some very cold temperatures up in northern Luzon, up Baguio. Once you get up in elevation, I think they had like 12 degrees centigrade, which is, what is that Fahrenheit? About 53 degrees Fahrenheit. So a lot of the people up in the mountains, they don't have heaters. So that's quite chilly, considering that, well, it's a bit unusual. I know one time years ago here in Cebu City, I know it got down, I think, in the high 60s, and it was, I don't know, it felt cool to me. There was a bit of a breeze, and I even turned on did I have a stove at that point in time? I think I turned my stove on. Instead of putting on a sweatshirt, I tried to warm my place up, because I like to be a little warmer. Never acclimated. Growing up in the Midwest USA, I never acclimated to the cold temperatures. This building right to the right here, this new building, I think that is the new Gaisano Grand Mall, I think, and I think it just opened just about Christmas time. But anyway, back to the weather. Gosh, for over a week, I've had my windows open and a nice breeze coming through my condo. I've got windows on both sides, so I get a nice breeze if there is a breeze. And only run the air conditioner a little bit at a relatively high temperature in the evening, just kind of take a little bit of the humidity out of the air. Only reason, not that it needs to be cooled down any further. 27 degrees, 27, 28, about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm really comfortable with that. With just a little bit of breeze, gives you that wind chill factor. This is the main road that comes over. There's two bridges. There are actually three bridges, but the first 2-lane bridge and the second 4-lane bridge that come over into the central part of Mactan Island. And if you come across the old bridge, this is the main road that goes over to the west side. I think that's a business park down there. Down over to the west side, where many of the resorts are on the west side, the Philippine seaside, Pacific Ocean side of the island. Everything from 1-star on up to 5-star. And they do, almost all of them do day passes. You can pay a certain amount to come in, use the resort, their pools, the beaches for a day, different parts of the day, and part of that fee usually goes to consumables, so you can use some of that for food and drink while you're there. There are quite a number of resorts that also combine hotels and or condominiums on their properties. And many housing developments, everything from basic housing developments to high-end housing developments. I've done a couple videos over here on those. And in the very near future, I will do kind of a review of the condo and real estate videos that I've done in the past, kind of give you an idea. There's a hospital. I'm not sure if that's a private hospital or a public hospital. Like the rest of Cebu metropolitan area, Lapu Lapu, and actually Cebu City, Mandaue City, and Lapu Lapu City are considered the Tri-Cities. And large population base. A lot of people move here from the provinces hoping to get work. Lapu Lapu City has many fewer condominiums, I think, than Cebu City, Mandaue City, but they have more housing developments, partly because I think the Mactan Cebu International Airport is over here, and they didn't want high-rise buildings in the way of the flights coming in. That's a very important consideration. In fact, I think one of the reasons that Phoenix, Arizona did not have, I think they had limited like 12-story high buildings downtown because it was pretty close to the flight path going into the Phoenix airport. They're in Phoenix, Arizona, USA. Every time I come over to Mactan, I discover new things about it. I've got a new appreciation for it. They've got a new third bridge now in Cordova over to South Cebu City, and but there's still too much traffic or too little roads. A little bit of both, I guess, especially during fiestas, during rush hours, many days. You can see how it gets a bit congested. I think this was a Sunday, a day when you generally get less traffic. The building right there to the left, that is Gaisano Grande, the older Gaisano Grande. And Gaisano has a number of, at least two, I think two other malls on the island. I think Ayala's building a mall, I believe. There's a Marina Mall where I think there's a Robinson's grocery store in there, not so far from the Yacht Club. And the Yacht Club down by the channel, not so far off the bridge, has a number of good restaurants to eat at, and of course these resorts over here, the wide variety of places to eat. I've met quite a number of expats who live over here, and they've got there are a number of different watering holes around. I've been in, done a video at Eddie's Resto Bar, just down the street from the Gaisano, that last Gaisano Grande I showed you. So anyway, I hope all of you who celebrate the Christmas holidays, I hope you had a great time, spent some time with family and friends. And we got the new year coming up. There'll be various events going on. Another condominium project right there, Sultana. And so a lot of things going on. Things should things will not settle down in January. We've got Cebu has the huge festival, the Sinulog festival, and goes on for different events for a number of weeks. Actually, it culminates on the third Sunday of January every year, and it's going to be a little bit different this year. I think some of the events are going to be moved out towards South Road Properties, out where SM Seaside is, and not sure how that'll be because that's quite a ways for a lot of people to trek. They'll probably have some buses, but I doubt if there'll be enough buses. But there'll still be a huge crowd coming in from the south, coming in from the city, coming in from a lot of OFWs come in for the Christmas season and for Sinulog. Overseas Filipino workers come back to visit their family, enjoy the different events. I've been to 4 Sinulogs. I've had a couple of phones snatched in huge crowds. First one I went to got into just a crushing crowd, and I was not right enough not to bring a phone or a wallet. And when I was able to get out of that crowd, and I understand how people. This is called the crossing. 2 major roads. When I got out of there, I didn't have a phone or wallet. I went back and contacted my bank and credit card companies and put a hold on everything. And which was kind of difficult to do because internet was down at the time too. So I had to borrow. I think the security guy where I was living gave me the password to use their in-house Wi-Fi, which he wasn't supposed to do, but he was nice enough to do. So the Sinulog, these festivals they're interesting experiences. My advice: be very, if you take anything of valuable with you, be very, very, very careful. Secure it very, very well, and just be careful. Some very friendly people will get around you and act like they're your friends, and got their arms around you and their arms in your pockets, and when you have such a huge crowd, it's difficult not to be right next to have people just pushing on you from all sides. So generally anymore, if there's going to be a crowded situation that I'm aware of, I don't take very little cash with me, and usually I don't even take a phone along with me. Just too much hassle trying to worry about it, protect it. I have several more videos in the planning stage, and we'll probably put one up almost every day through the end of the year. I've got too many videos, and I need to get those up. What happens usually? I take so much video, I only end up using about half of it. So, anyway, I am here. We have arrived, and security knows that we're coming. Costa del Sol, nice, interesting place. See ya.